Hello, this is Jason Matthews. I'm a retired law enforcement officer, and today I'm going to answer the question, should you as a law enforcement officer drink ayahuasca? And I have a lot of experience on this subject, so I think you're going to be very interested in what I have to say about this subject. But before we get started, if you support the police, click the like button. And if you do not support the police, click the dislike button. It's anonymous, and I'm just curious of where you stand. Let your voice be heard. Ayahuasca. If you don't know what it is, you probably should go Google it and then come back to this video. But I'll give a very brief summary. It is a natural concoction of two plants from the Amazon that are put together and boiled together, and then you drink a tea, and you have a very profound experience from this concoction. Now, I'm a combat veteran, and that's one of the reasons why I started drinking ayahuasca. And I've drank ayahuasca, I don't know exactly how many times, but probably anywhere between 75 and 100 times. So I have quite a bit of experience with this. And this is not legal under all circumstances. Now, in Brazil, where I am right now, it is completely legal for religious and spiritual purposes. In the United States, it is legal under very strict circumstances. For example, there's two religions that are in the United States from Brazil that have a legal right to drink this tea, ayahuasca, completely legally. You can go look it up, Google it, U.S. Supreme Court ayahuasca, and that religion will come up, and it was approved by the Supreme Court that this religion can drink ayahuasca in its ceremonies in the United States. There's another Brazilian religion that's in the United States that has authorization, I believe it's from the Ninth Circuit Court, to drink ayahuasca only in, I believe it's Washington, Oregon, and California, but not nationwide, while the other religion that I mentioned can drink nationwide. But ayahuasca has a very, very profound effect on a person. It can, in my opinion, heal traumas, heal a lot of things that someone might have, for example, from combat or from law enforcement experiences, because law enforcement is a very tough job. That's why we can retire early, and I retired at the earliest possible point to get all benefits. Ayahuasca can also help you understand spirituality, consciousness, and many things that I cannot describe to you in words. It's an experience that you personally have to have. But this especially can be beneficial or it can be detrimental to law enforcement. You would have to decide that. And you would have to decide whether you should drink ayahuasca based on your personal values, based on talking to a doctor, based on the legality of where you are, and also the legality or the policies in your agencies, because I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not giving you legal or medical advice. But while the average person who's not in law enforcement may be able to legally drink ayahuasca in the United States, there could be policies within your agency that could conflict with that. And so you need to get clearance probably from legal authorities or from your agency and such. Probably if you explain this to your agency or your department, it will probably be authorized legally. But they would have to make a very strong case against it if they wanted to deny that access. Because when the Supreme Court ruled on this, they said that it was a right under the Freedom of Restoration Act. And so this is a religious freedom based on an authentic religious belief. And so you can go drink this tea, ayahuasca, with this religion in the United States, but it could conflict with agency policy, or they could look down upon it because there's some effects of it that can incapacitate you, such as vomiting, such as what the average person would call hallucinations, which I don't actually call it that. But this can have a very profound effect on your life. The negative could be if you are in law enforcement and you want to drink ayahuasca, and you do drink ayahuasca and you have authorization and it's in a legal place and you've talked to your doctor, you may actually want to leave law enforcement after you drink it, because this is extremely powerful, and it can change your entire worldview. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It depends on the person. Because in Brazil, there are law enforcement officers, active law enforcement officers that are a part of these religions in Brazil who regularly drink ayahuasca. However, it could have such a profound effect on you that you don't want to do law enforcement anymore. On the flip side, it could be an extreme positive. It could change your outlook on life in general. Now, some of these religions, they want you to drink it at least every 2 weeks, sometimes every week. And that may not be ideal for you as a law enforcement officer. The other option, if you are in the United States, you could go overseas and drink it, maybe. But again, you have to factor in agency or department policy. You also have to consider what other medications you're taking, because it can have a negative effect on you physically and mentally. So there's a lot of factors to consider here when you're considering such a decision. This is not something to be played with. This is very profound and serious. But in these Brazilian religions, even children drink this. And they even give this to babies, a little drop when they're baptized in this church. But I would, if I were you, law enforcement or ex-military, I would look into this to see if it's right for you. Do a lot of research, talk to a lot of people. Again, I'm giving the disclaimer, talk to your doctor and find out if it's legal where you live and your department and agency is okay with it, or you talk to a lawyer and the lawyer says it's not their business. It's legal nationwide if you drink it with this religion or whatever the case may be, that you have a strong case if it were to come up with your department or agency based on the legal advice a lawyer gives you. Because you don't want to do this and then lose your job if that's not your intent. So I'll be talking probably more about this in the future, and I may do a separate video of how this can help people in the military or veterans of the military such as myself. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released. Take care and have a great day.